Why older adults keep waking up at 3 a.m. and what it really means for your health and sleep, senior. Ladies and gentlemen, you ever wake up in the middle of the night, glance at the clock, and see 3 a.m. staring right back at you, like it's waiting for you, like it knows you've been here before? And no matter how much you toss, turn, or pull the covers over your head, you can't shake the feeling that something's off. It's not just a restless night, it's a pattern. It's a rhythm you didn't choose, but somehow your body keeps playing the same tune. Now, some folks will tell you it's just part of getting older, that as the years pass, sleep gets lighter, and waking up in the dead of night is just another thing you have to live with. But I'm here to tell you there's more to it than that. Your body doesn't do things for no reason. When it wakes you up at 3 a.m., night after night, it's trying to tell you something. And if you listen closely, you just might learn what's really going on beneath the surface. As we age, our circadian rhythm shifts, leading to earlier sleep-wake cycles and frequent awakenings during the night. This is a natural part of aging, influenced by changes in hormone production, including melatonin and cortisol. Keynote 2, waking up at 3 a.m., can be linked to deeper psychological or physiological triggers, such as stress, anxiety, or underlying health conditions, making it essential to address both mental and physical well-being. Here's the expanded version of Keynote 1 in Denzel Washington style. You ever wonder why, as the years go by, you start waking up in the middle of the night? I'm talking about that 3 a.m. wake-up call that comes like clockwork, like an uninvited guest tapping on your window, whispering, "Time to get up." You roll over, check the clock, sigh, and try to go back to sleep. But sleep won't have you. The night stretches long and morning feels like it's taking forever to show up. Now, some folks will tell you it's just part of getting older. Oh, that's normal, they'll say. But let me tell you something. Just because it's common doesn't mean you have to ignore it. The truth is, there's a reason behind that early morning awakening, and understanding it might just change the way you approach your nights and your days. See, when you were younger, your body had a rhythm, a beat like a steady drum. It knew when to rise, when to rest, and when to let you drift into deep, unshakable sleep. That rhythm, your circadian rhythm, is like a built-in clock, guiding your body through the cycles of wakefulness and rest. But as you age, that clock starts to tick a little differently. The beat slows, the hands shift, and suddenly you find yourself waking up at hours you never used to. It's not just a random thing, it's biology. Over time, your body starts producing less melatonin, the hormone that helps you stay asleep. That's like a singer losing their backup vocals. The melody's still there, but it's not as strong. And then there's cortisol, the stress hormone. It starts creeping up earlier in the morning, knocking on your mind's door before you're ready to face the day. The combination of these changes means your sleep isn't as deep as it once was. It's lighter, more fragile, like a candle flickering in the wind. You ever notice how older folks tend to go to bed earlier? That's no accident. Your body starts shifting your sleep cycle forward, making you tired earlier in the evening and more likely to wake up before the world even thinks about stirring. You might feel like you're fighting against some unseen force, trying to hold on to the sleep you once had. But that force is just nature doing what it does. Now, let's talk about what happens when that 3 a.m. wake-up rolls around. You're lying there, staring at the ceiling, mind racing. Thoughts start creeping in, the past, the future, what you should have done, what you still need to do. And that's the tricky part, because once your mind starts running, it doesn't want to stop. It's like an engine that's been jump-started, revving higher and higher. Some people think, well, I'll just stay in bed and wait for sleep to come back. But let me tell you, if you keep tossing and turning, staring at that clock, you're only making it worse. Your brain starts associating your bed with restlessness instead of rest. You ever hear about conditioning? Like when a song reminds you of a moment in time? That's what happens to your brain when you lie awake too often. It starts thinking of your bed as a place for stress instead of sleep. And let's not forget how lifestyle plays into this. See, the things you do during the day set the stage for how you sleep at night. The caffeine you had in the afternoon, the blue light from your phone before bed, the lack of movement in your day, it all adds up. Your body is a system, a machine that needs the right maintenance to keep running smoothly. You wouldn't expect a car to perform at its best without the right fuel and care, right? Same thing here. Then there's the silence. The world is still at 3 a.m. And in that stillness, you're left with yourself. No distractions, no noise, just you and whatever's on your mind. And sometimes that's the hardest part, because when everything else quiets down, the things you've been pushing aside get louder. The regrets, the worries, the what ifs, they all come knocking. But here's the thing. Waking up at 3 a.m. doesn't have to be a curse. It can be an invitation, an opportunity to listen, to reflect, to understand what your body and mind are trying to tell you, because they are telling you something. And if you pay attention, you might just find the key to not only better sleep, but a better way of living. You ever notice how when you wake up at 3 a.m., it's not just your body waking up, it's your mind too? You don't just open your eyes, you start thinking. And it's not the kind of thinking that leads you back into a peaceful sleep. No, it's the kind of thinking that grabs hold of you, pulls you in and won't let go. You start running through everything. Things you did, things you didn't do, things you said, things you should have said. That's not just some random middle of the night habit. That's your body trying to tell you something. See, waking up at the same time every night isn't just a coincidence. It's a signal, a red flag waving in the dark, letting you know that something deeper is going on. Maybe it's stress, maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's your body responding to something it hasn't quite figured out how to process. But make no mistake, your body knows, even when you don't. Your mind is connected to your body in ways most people don't even realize. When you go through stress during the day, you don't always feel it in the moment. You push it down, you keep moving, you tell yourself you'll deal with it later. But your body, it doesn't forget. It holds on to that tension, that worry, that pressure, and it waits. Then, when the world is quiet and you finally slow down, it shows up. That's why you wake up feeling restless, like there's something unfinished, something unresolved. And it's not just emotional. Sometimes it's physical. Your body could be waking you up because of an underlying health condition you haven't even noticed yet. Maybe your blood sugar is dipping too low. Maybe your breathing isn't as steady as it should be. Maybe your heart is working a little harder than it needs to. These things don't always announce themselves in the daytime, but at night, when everything slows down, your body gets a chance to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, pay attention. Think about how you feel when you wake up at 3 a.m. Is your heart racing? Are your muscles tense? Is your mind running at full speed the second your eyes open? That's not just bad luck. That's your nervous system reacting. The fight or flight response that's supposed to protect you in dangerous situations. Sometimes it gets activated when there's no real danger, just thoughts, just stress, just an unresolved worry that's been sitting in the back of your mind all day. People don't always take sleep seriously. They think as long as they get a few hours here and there, they'll be fine. But sleep is when your body heals. It's when your mind resets. It's when everything that got tangled up during the day finally gets a chance to sort itself out. But if you're waking up at the same time every night, that process is getting interrupted. And when sleep gets interrupted too often, it doesn't just make you tired, It starts affecting your health in ways you can't always see. Your immune system weakens. Your memory gets foggy. Your emotions become harder to control. Your body starts running on fumes instead of fuel. And that cycle, it builds. One bad night turns into two, two turn into a week, and before you know it, your whole system is out of sync. That's why it's not enough to just brush it off. You have to look at what's really going on. Are you carrying stress that you haven't dealt with? Are you pushing aside emotions that need to be faced? Are you letting your body go through something night after night without giving it the care and attention it needs? Because if you are, it's going to keep waking you up. It's going to keep reminding you. It's going to keep tapping on your shoulder at 3 a.m., waiting for you to listen. There are things you can do. There are ways to calm your mind before bed, ways to prepare your body for deeper sleep, ways to make sure that when your head hits the pillow, it's not just your eyes that are closing, it's your thoughts, your worries, your stress. But the first step is recognizing that waking up at the same time every night isn't just a habit, it's a message, and it's up to you to hear it. So here you are, 3 a.m. again, the world is quiet, the room is dark, and your mind is awake. But now, maybe you see it differently. Maybe you understand that your body isn't just waking you up, it's speaking to you. Maybe it's telling you to let go of the stress you've been carrying. Maybe it's reminding you to take better care of yourself. Maybe it's asking you to finally face what you've been avoiding. You can ignore it, push it aside, tell yourself it's nothing, or you can listen. You can take control of your nights the way you take control of your days. Because waking up at 3 a.m. doesn't have to be a burden. It can be an opportunity. An opportunity to reset, to heal, to understand yourself in a way you never have before. The question is, what are you going to do with it?